I'd like to sit down with a preacher, not for guidance, not for grace, just to watch the old machinery grind behind his face. He'd pour me some mercy from a poisoned little cup, then tell me I am fallen while he's still looking up. I've read the book, I've seen the trick, the holy threat, the velvet fist. So much blood for so much love, so many graves for the man above. And now the evangelicals with hands in prayer sold off their souls for a liar in a chair, a cheap little Caesar with a Bible for a prop. Then they called it salvation when the standards dropped. You call it faith, I call it surrender, a moral collapse in religious splendor. And I still can't tell with all this profit if you're serving a prophet or just living off it. Preacher, are you out of a job? Did reason come knocking and frighten your God? And when you die, is it lights out? Will heaven be silent when you start to doubt? I can't be wrong for asking questions, and I won't kneel to ancient threats and confessions. I don't need fear to tell me how to live, and I don't mind the eternal abyss. So help me understand what you mean by holy, because lately it sounds suspiciously lowly. A word for the cruel when they wanna feel clean, a mask for the vicious, a crown for the mean. You bless every tyrant who flatters your tribe, then call it conviction when you swallow the lie. You thunder about sin with theatrical pain, then crawl toward power again and again. I've seen the devil behave with more manners than men wrapped in crosses and blood-colored banners. You say God moves in mysterious ways, but this looks like fraud with a hymn and a phrase. Not mystery, not majesty, just fear with a choir and tax-free audacity. Are you out of a job? Did reason come knocking and frighten your God? And when you die, is it lights out? Will heaven be silent when you start to doubt? I can't be wrong for asking questions, and I won't kneel to ancient threats and confessions. I don't need fear to tell me how to live, and I don't mind the eternal abyss. Don't sell me heaven from a pulpit of rot. Don't call it truth just because you forgot that morality isn't yours to rent or sell, and decency doesn't need a threat of hell. You traded compassion for power and noise, then dressed up obedience as spiritual poise. You called it a kingdom, I call it a cage, a frightened old story, still begging for rage. Preacher, are you out of a job? Did your God go quiet when exposed as a fraud? And when you die, is it lights out? Will the silence be louder than every sermon you shout? I can't be wrong if I'm only curious, but your certainty is what makes me furious. No throne, no crown, no final kiss, just dust and dark, and I don't mind the eternal abyss.